say about that. But yeah, there was a topic that I thought that we should talk about, and Carl, this is more so catered towards what your show is, and it has something to do with a famous NFL head coach now back into the head coaching thing, but he's now in college, and I don't think anyone saw this coming, other than when the news first came out. But Bill Belichick is now the head coach for the University of North Carolina Tar Heels football team, and he got a GM and everything now. And he's right now it's looking like he's set to offer to try to get Quinn Ewers or Archie Manning to go to UNC. What's your thoughts on Bill Belichick going to UNC right now?
So I like it. I mean, honestly, it's kind of up UNC alley with what they did last year with Mac Brown. Not last year, excuse me. Last coaching change with Mac Brown. Mac Brown was the old coach from Texas who surprisingly got the UNC job. And he did a good job with UNC. Sam Howell and them, they were in the New Year's Six Bowl, I believe, against Oklahoma. Then they went to the ACC championship with Drake May his first year. They got blown out by Clemson. But he did a pretty good job with UNC. He took UNC to heights that I haven't seen them at. Then I looked, this isn't the first time they hired a coach with no FBS history as a head coach. In 2001, they hired John Bunting, who had no FBS coaching experience as an assistant or head coach. So this is something that they've also done before. I don't believe Bill Belichick's ever been a college coach ever. So shout out. I like it. I think Bill Belichick is going to be the guy that I think his coaching style is fit more so for college. Because as you listen to the coaching stories with the NFL, they're like, dang, the Patriots like the only team that does this. Like, he's the only team that they'll go after the quarterback. He go at you no matter what. That's more so the college style of coaching. It just worked for him, for the Patriots, because of Tom Brady and the unselfishness and the defense. And that's another thing why I like the hire. Because North Carolina, in my opinion, they can't get over the hump because of the defensive side of the ball has not been good for North Carolina. They'll have a good offense. Like I said, Drake May, Amarion Hampton, British Brooks, Sam Howell, Josh Downs, Ryan Switzer, De'Ami Brown. They had guys like that on the offensive side of the ball. But defensively, they didn't really have guys. That defense wasn't really good. So now he'll work on building up the defense. They got a 4-star that they were looking at. They got him to commit. The offense is going to come with North Carolina. So they might be in contention for some ACC, man. I know you're a Miami fan. You might have to look out for North Carolina in the upcoming years with the Bill Belichick hire. I like it. And for the comments, Mike Vick did get hired at Norfolk State.
I like the hire to UNC. I feel like, I don't know, I ain't gonna say what made him pick UNC or why he ain't go SEC, or maybe was it
they hit him up,
the money or anything like that. But like UNC always, like Carl said, their offense was balling. They always had like a good quarterback. I mean, you look at the last quarterbacks they had. I mean, with Drake May going top 5,
top 3,
and top 3, I'm still top 5. Then you got Sam Howell last year, and then before, like they always had good offenses. Even when the wide receivers, the running back room, they was good. It's just that they couldn't stop nobody. They couldn't get over the hump, like you were saying. And with Bill Belichick, he bring a whole different type of defensive mind to that team. So, I mean, if they don't, I mean, I know you said ACC champion. I'm looking at them in the playoffs and like really competing for real now.
If they win the ACC championship, they automatically in.
When you bring that type of coaching, you bring a different type of culture. And like you're gonna bring players that probably would have never picked UNC to play football. Now they're gonna play football at UNC. So I mean, like that's gonna bring players by itself. I get to get coached by Bill Belichick. Well, 5 Super Bowl Bill Belichick.
That guy?
Yeah, he gonna put me in the NFL quick.
Yeah, I do think
defensive guy.
I do agree with that thought process.
So as a defensive guy, he gonna put me in the NFL. I like this. I'm going ahead like this.
That's true.
So I mean, I like the hire. Of course, whenever you get like a name like Bill Belichick, you're gonna have players in the transfer portal, or high school players looking like, oh, this might be a destination right here. So I mean, I like the hire. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah, I like it too.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say I like it, but I respect it.
I know why you don't like it.
Yeah. I'm not gonna say I like it, but I respect it. I don't disagree with anything y'all said, honestly. Other than Mark saying it, NCAA championship, I think that's a little too soon.
I said playoffs.
I said playoffs.
Well, play. Oh, okay.
Playoffs.
If they win the ACC championship, then they automatically in the
Yeah,
playoffs. So
they're
I can see
automatically
what
in.
Mark's
So
saying.
I can see that. But yeah. Look, I think he notices what it takes to win in college. He's been around a bunch of great players his entire career. We all know about Tom Brady, but Randy Moss, Richard Seymour, Teddy Bruschi.
Jared Mayo.
He
Mayo,
has
Ty Law, Rodney Harrison.
Rodney Harrison. He's top, but he's been around a lot of Asante Sam. He's coached some great players.
You know what to look for.
So he knows what to look for, especially when it comes to defense. Remember, he did coach LT. He was a Super Bowl winning defensive coordinator with the Giants. So we know what he's capable of. We know his forte is defense. So I think that's something that's going to be huge for UNC. I believe that's definitely what he's going to bring there. He already has two commits that he's had already, 2 out of the transfer portal. He got a guy from something like Chapel Hill, something like that. I can't remember what school it was, but he got an offensive lineman. And then he had another guy that committed not too long ago. So Bill's on the move.
I think his name Bryce something. He's the quarterback.
Yeah.
Quarterback. Bryce something. I can't remember his name. But that was the guy they really wanted.
Yeah. But I keep hearing things that they might be going out to Quinn Ewers or Archie Manning, and that would be crazy for UNC to get somebody like that, whether it's Quinn Ewers or Archie Manning. Because we all heard the hype about Archie. We've seen him in a few games with Texas this year, and he shined some. He hasn't shined all the way, but he has shined in some games. And then Quinn Ewers, we know how good he can be, but we also know that he can make some mistakes. And Bill's going to put guys in position to be able to be successful and to win and to be a pro. And that's one thing that he's, like Carl said, the offenses that he ran and with the Patriots were kind of sort of like college offenses, and it worked. And he's just bringing that to UNC, and UNC hasn't had that kind of success in college that I've ever seen for football. We've seen it happen in basketball, but this is a basketball school. This is not a football school, but Bill's now going to make it a football school. Well, a football and a basketball school because it's already a basketball school. So I respect the hire. Don't like it, but I respect it.
I like the hire. And tying this joint trolling. You need to worry about your quarterback and Drew a lot, brother. He said he's coming back for his senior year. But yeah, man, I think it's a really great hire. I do. I really like the hire. I think they can be a force to be reckoned with in the ACC. I know Miami looked up this year. I hope it's consistent. But Florida State, right back down. Clemson could be had. Now SMU's a really good program. Brett Lashley's doing his thing there. Louisville's looking like a pretty good program. But it's a chance for UNC with Bill Belichick, like I said, to win that ACC championship. I think it's a great hire. And like Mark said, he's going to get a bunch of guys that's like, man, I think this guy going to send me to the pros. Why not go here? Why not play here? And let's not also forget UNC. They had some fabrication of grades, so you might not gotta go to class all the time.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
And then I think he's gonna have that, not the exact effect, but kind of sort of along the same lines, but that Prime effect. Prime got those players going to Colorado because they believe he can make them get to the pro league. You look at Travis Hunter. Travis Hunter played just almost the same way that Dion played, being a DB and a wide receiver. And now look, Travis Hunter just won a Heisman. He got his son in the league about to, the Giants are talking about him. You got players and the Giants talking about Shedeur Sanders being a difference changer for New York. So that's the same, almost the same kind of effect but the only thing is Bill has never been looked at as a guy that's liked, but him being on, what's the guy's name podcast?
Michael Lombardi.
Not Lombardi, not his
That's
podcast.
The GM.
That's the GM. I'm talking about
Pat McAfee.
Being on Pat McAfee's podcast. A lot of people see Bill now, and his character has always been like he's not cool. He's very stern, but he seems more of a likable guy. So that's
the fact he got that 24-year-old girl.
Straight to the point. So he seemed like a straight to the point type of guy.
That too. So yeah. And I think that a lot of that had a lot to do with him getting the offer because UNC called him. they wanted to give him the opportunity. They ran it past him and said, "Hey, what do you think about coaching UNC?" And he was like, "Well,"
I heard it started off as like a small conversation. And they were
and
trying
then,
they weren't serious, but then they was like, "Hold on, let's actually entertain this," and then it led up to him actually getting a job.
exactly. So I respect the hire. So now Miami, go get a quarterback, please.
Well, I am gonna say this. I got a source that says Deion don't want none of his kids close to New York. So I mean, they do everything they power to get Shador away from the Giants. Now he want him. He rather him play for the Lions. I mean, I said the Lions, the Raiders. Look out for Cam Ward going to the Giants.
I'm not surprised at that.
Yeah, that's the name that
Carson Beck.
I ain't surprised at that.
That's the name I see. Is Cam Ward.
I just know he's not going to Cleveland. I know that. I know he ain't going to Cleveland, but yeah, I can see that. I can see.
Can I address this? Kai Rodson, pretty good receiver. I'm not gonna lie. We don't know if Nick Singleton and Katron Allen coming back. I mean, they can come back, but will they come back? We don't know yet. So, and if your bar is MSU, aim higher.
That was me, pal. Great show today. Appreciate y'all for coming on. Appreciate everybody for watching.